Okay, so I'm a little bit rusty right now, but good morning. Welcome to Malc and Beans. Spilling the beans, spilling the good, feeling the love, spreading the love. We are better mended together. I took a little minute after doing over 200 of these every morning and just putting blessings out there, just trying to just dive deeper into my gift, the craft. And the reason I took a break is I was kind of like, man, I'm like, what am I doing? What is this all for? Every day I'm jumping on and I literally authentic, no edits. I mean, when I go in, you heard me bobble a second ago on wordplay. I just keep going. But I miss you guys. I think about my homies, my friends, my family all the time as I stay on the mend. And I think what happened was I've been just going so wide open, I had to pause for a second to reflect on everything important. And I think through the talks on the daily with good friends, new acquaintances, and just taking the time to serve and be a vessel of good, it's been awesome because it allows me to continue to grow and prioritize what's important on my side. Therefore, put myself in a better position to spread the love and put the good out there to my daughter, to my wife, to my business. Let's talk about the business. Balance, life. It's just about a continuous striving to better each day, to kind of keep chipping away because it is difficult. And you know, you guys, many of you know my story. If you don't, just the brand building and building brands, it's the blessing of perspective that we gain through all the things we've been through. But building a brand in my 20s is different than building a brand in my 40s, right? It's just the difference is the love, the passion, the heart, the drive, my personal intent and excitement to put value and really create something unique and special that everyone can really connect with. And as I was talking to my brother Jeremy on our daily talks, we were just kind of talking about Mendid. I've been kind of like piecing this thing together, and everyone's like, well, bro, you have too many slogans. You have so many slogans. I'm like, I totally do. And do I expect people to understand it? Not at all. But that's kind of the message I'm going to give you guys is just don't expect people to understand it yet. But at the same time, if they can't understand it, you're going to have to spend 20x the marketing dollars to get potential return versus easy to understand connectability right off the bat, and people gravitate and just start to flow with it right off the bat. So the reason why that's important is you got to kind of position your message, and my heart just always wants to put out. And so Mendid, a grateful thread, everything woven into everything we make and everything woven into us individually to grow and to thrive off of. We're always on the mend. What I realized in 2025, starting January 1 is, yeah, I'm in over my head, but entrepreneurship, when you love to build and you create for the better good of something that can help others to get on their path to truly, start to understand their craft, their gift, that uniqueness that only each individual has. It's just opening that thing up like a good gift at Christmas, right? So mended, on the mend until the end. But really, at the end of the day, that talk with my brother was mended together. Together. What does that mean? Together is everything. While becoming mended is everything together. Mended together is self, right? It's about, man, the things you love, once again, the prioritization, but then it's also mended together. Community, unselfish love, and just helping people build. You don't have to like everybody. Trust me, you don't have to like them all. You don't have to agree with them. You don't have to follow what they're doing, but listening is such a blessing because you listen and then you go, okay, cool. And it allows you to have, your own thoughts, your own opinions, but then you position that to put it into your machine and create that driving force for you to attain everything God intended for you. So as I jump back in this morning after a few months, the biggest changes that have happened since I've jumped on have just been more learning experiences, more growing, more love, more open-hearted, more service on Sundays, more reading of the Bible, understanding business perspective, making sure I keep my values on the mend with my goals, my vision, because if I do, trust me, the end goal of Mended is so us. It's such a community. It is mended together. So as I continue to grow, I'm pumped to grow with everybody. But one thing that I really have seen in the last few months is just understand that it is a game of patience, but you have to be moving forward. You do need a little bit of momentum. You don't have to identify all your purpose and your goals and everything to the finish, but you have to kind of really acknowledge what excites you. Family excites me. I love family. Faith, deeper relationship with God, it excites me. And I watch how that foundation allows me to grow and thrive. Then my business, I actually am really excited. It's not the easiest thing. If you're an entrepreneur, it means you are literally committing to hours. And I've realized Mendid's going good. I have this amazing team. Thanks to it's a family. It truly is a crew out there. It's a fleet of angels out there on a mission. I'm watching each and every one of you. See, sometimes I get excited and the words can't catch up. But each and every one of you, I'm watching, and there's nothing better in my heart than being a part of it and seeing everyone on the mend. So Mended together. My goal for 2025 is to really continue to simplify what Mended is, to continue to focus, because it's gonna take the work. There's very few times where it's a snap of the finger and you're there. Especially right now we're dealing with, with a lot of new shifts in the government rules, regulations, in the best interest of cleaning up. So instead of getting mad at tariffs, I'm like, okay, my business could shift. My business is going to have new challenges, but life always has challenges. All these rules and regulations in life, they always present challenges, but that's when you step up, you pivot, and you figure it out. So whether they're spiritual, financial, marital, just whatever it is, it's like you got to take a step back. And I do love the slogan that sits in my heart is reminder to breathe. There's many levels of the reminder to breathe. It is when you work real hard and and you jump on that stage for a concert, you're excited, you belong there, you deserve to be there, but it's nerve-wracking, it's crazy, it's still scary. When you decide to go after a dream and you believe you want to be an artist, remind yourself to breathe, because the process will get you there, and envision yourself being on that stage. But even when you make it to that stage, you're still going to have to remind yourself to breathe. A grateful thread. I know it's woven within each and every one of us. So I'm back on this. I'm not going to jump on probably every day, but I'm going to try and do a weekly. And I have a couple other ways I want to help, provide value and just perspective just through my life. And if it does connect and resonate, which I've seen it do for a lot of people, and I appreciate everyone that I see at the events and just out in life when they're like, man, Malcolm Beans. I'm like, when you get called Malcolm Beans and they're smiling, that means that maybe something I said connected with somebody, and that feels like the best gift of all. So to pull everything full circle is 2025. I'm grateful. I'm having to remind myself to breathe, because nothing is easy, but what I'm fighting for is so big. And what I'm fighting for not only fulfills me, but it fulfills what I think is going to help mend the world and help us become mended together. But it does start with individually. It starts with realizing the craft you have, realizing the lies you tell yourself, so you can recreate and get in that position to succeed. I'm going to keep going after it. I'm not tying my life right now to $1 when this not, but I do understand that I have goals and I have to keep doing the work to get there. We have to do the work, but we have to realize the lies, because man, the holdback, I don't want to see that to happen. I don't want to see that happen to anybody, and the faster we can kind of realize that and start moving forward, we're going to set up an abundance of everything God intended. So I love you guys. On the mend, a little bit of a scenery change. It's all right here because I don't change much. And also a little bit of a pack rat, so things just floating around. So anyways, I love you guys. Hope you pulled a couple gems out of this. Malcolm Beans.